Superior General with the consent of the council. Superior General with the consent of the council.
Father, Superior General with the consent of the council and...
Consult or... No, read that number.
The General Superior must seek the consultative vote of the council.
Here consultative, difference you see. Consultative vote of the council. Continue.
The opening or closing of institutions.
Yes, opening or closing of the institutions. The opening or closing of... Very good, sister. Now we know the difference. You see, code only says competent authority. In one case, Superior General requires the consent. Means suppose 4 councillors, 3 must say yes, you open. Otherwise the act itself will be invalid. In the case of our St. Joseph of Lyons sisters, they only consult means hear the opinion, that's all. Hear the opinion. Even if these 4 sisters say no, nothing doing, sister, she can go ahead and open. It is valid and lawful. Because consultation is not binding. But what is necessary for validity is, I am thinking of opening a house in this diocese. So what do you say? They may say yes or no. Normally when they say no, she should not open. But these people are prejudiced. They belong to particular community, language or region. So they don't want another house there. So the Superior General can go against the opinion. But for validity, she should have heard their opinion. That's why very important. See here, but then consultation for suppressing and then opening the house. And that I have some problem. Give me the Canada book. That your constitution itself may be wrong. Or I am wrong. So even a famous congregation can go wrong sometimes. No, okay, your constitution is right only. Okay. I won't tell you because I could have been wrong, no? So I won't tell you. Okay. So this is correct. According to you, consultation is enough. Consultation is enough to know their number. Constitution number you take.
Forest is the provincial forest.
Where?
It is given number.
No, what? Sister, both of you belong to the same congregation. No.
Province is the province.
No, you read which number, sister?
153 and page 68 supplement.
See, that is different, like there are certain regions under the general aid, and then for such region the general decides with the council. But for the province...
Sorry, okay. Give me the canon where it says province.
647.
Is it constitution again?
Okay,
No, we are worried about constitution. Constitution. 647. Constitution reads, sister, why?
The provision needs the deliberative vote of the council to decide the following: the opening and closing of the local communities.
Yeah.
The opening and closing of the community.
Yes.
How there can be a conflict between both?
That is under the thing.
Okay, in this case, deliberative vote means consent. No, this is for they say for some communities, for other places.
Father, that is here it mentioned the word differentiation of word is there. I don't know the exactly. The opening or closing of institutions.
Institutions is not community.
Yeah. For general, it is mentioned as institutions. For provincial, it is local communities.
Institution. What do you mean by institutions? Institutions is not a community. So now.
So institution means like educational institutions.
Institutions. Okay. So now your provincial is given power. Close the community. Then that canon law is also wrong, because your constitution cannot go against the canon law. Opening, you can decide who can open the house. Closing, the power is given only to the general. Your congregation cannot give that power to the provincial to close a community. Yes, any community. Please take note of it, write to the general. How they got it approved by the Holy See, I do not know. 616. Because I told you already a principle. 616. Canon 616. Huh? What is it? Yeah, what is mentioned? Read the content after canon number.
After the consultation with the diocesan bishop, a supreme moderator can...
No, canon law I did not ask you to read. Canon law I know.
Okay, to decide the following and to request their ratification from the General Council, the opening and closing of houses and institutions after appropriate communication with the local bishop.
Yeah, that is okay.
Yeah.
That's okay.
This is
See, now you are caught terribly.
you have to see what is here. First it is
No, you have to see, you are confusing me, all of you. I mean, all the St. Joseph Lyons sisters are confusing me. What is said now? The provincial sister, the provincial recommends to the general closing the convent. Who closes the convent? It is the general and the council.
Father, it is given clearly to decide the following. She only decides with their council regarding
to
the
recommend
opening
it.
Yes, Father.
And
then
they
for
don't open.
ratification, they
Then why are you confusing me now?
ratify. Yes, Father.
Superior, not merely ratify. It is their act. 616. Now you read, sister. Let them know. Canon law gives the power to only superior general to close the constitution.
The reference is given.
Reference is given. Then you say the provincial decides. Suppose superior general says no.
609 also is there.
609 starting. Then you can say 609 leaves it open. Who is the competent authority? It can be general or provincial. But consent is needed. For closing, bishop's consent is not needed. That's what I want to say. But who is the authority? It is the general. How can your congregation go against canon 616? That's why I was wondering. If you go against 616, then I will immediately ask the Holy See, how did you approve it? Approve this constitution. Because it is against canon law. Canon law gives the power to close only to the general. Power to open, it leaves anybody. Anybody within the congregation, but with the consent of the bishop. We already said prior written consent of the bishop. Oral consent is not enough. That is opening communication alone is not enough. You can't say communication with the verb. I communicate to you, we are opening the convent.
The erection of a new community, the superior general must obtain the consent of the council and the previous written permission of the local bishop.
Yes.
The suppression of a house should be done according to canon law, and the norms of any existing agreement are to be faithfully followed.
Okay. According to canon law says only superior general. So your congregation says superior general also must open, prior written. Same thing for you also. But the appropriate communication, read that sentence, sister, how they formulated it, I am wondering.
To decide the following and to request their ratification from the General Council.
Okay, what is that? In the process of closing a community, the general and the council do not act arbitrarily. They need first the opinion of them. So the provincial can recommend to the general, we have problem in this community, it is better to close. So she should not give on her own. So she asks the deliberative vote of the council and gives the recommendation. The general and the council can send back the letter and say, no, we have to witness that, you continue that. That's all. They don't decide. They decide on recommending the resolution. Recommending the proposal. That's all. So immediately don't say, in our congregation, provincial closes the house. No. Provincial can suggest with the opinion. That's what you have to understand. Because general law gives that right to the superior general. Now you read, sister, you yourself, then others will learn. 616. 616, what does it say?
After the consultation with the diocesan bishop.
Consultation, not simply information. You have to consult bishop. We are not happy here. We are thinking of closing it. What do you say? He may say yes or no. But even if he say don't close, we can close. But consultation. After closing, don't inform. That is not correct. But as against 609, there it says written consent of the bishop is needed to start a community. Here it is said consultation with the bishop is needed to close a community. Closing, you have more power than starting. If bishop says don't come, you cannot go. You cannot go. Do you understand the point?
Yes.
So please don't quote here and there some words and confuse me and confuse other sisters. Okay. So who is the competent authority? I am saying competent authority. In Tamil we say Tagudi vaayindha Tiruchavai Adhikari. Competent ecclesiastical authority. It can be any authority. Tagudi vaayindha Tiruchavai Adhikari. It may be superior, supreme moderator, Ucha Orunginaipalar. We translate like that. Mother General. Canonical word for Mother General is Ucha Orunginaipalar, supreme moderator. Sometimes the law uses the word major superior, means Uyar Talaivar. It includes general and the provincial and their assistants. These are called major superiors. Councillors are not major superiors. Who are the major superiors? General, assistant general, provincial, assistant provincial. These are called major superiors. Now, St. Anne's of Bangalore, all the major superiors have gone for canonization of Mother Teresa. So, major superiors have gone, they have decided in that way. Okay. Now you understand the point? Any clarification now only? Is it clear to you?
Yes.
Who can start a congregation? Only diocesan bishop. Founder has to present all the dossier that is required. Pontifical right, diocesan right, all that we have seen. First of all, the constitution you should know a little more clearly. Whether you learn canon law or not, first know the constitution thoroughly. Tomorrow I will ask I will conduct a quiz on the constitution, let us see. Who all answer on your constitution. Don't say exactly the opposite. Okay. Morning first, then on the both the constitution. Don't surprise me by your answers. Don't give me surprises. Okay, next one. One of the important matters in the this one is with regard to what is constitution? What is the constitution? What do you mean by constitution? That is explained in Canon 587. 587 speaks about the content of the constitution. Constitution. Constitution is nothing but statutes. Statutes means proper laws. Your proper laws. You need law, not only universal law, but particular law. Today you take turn. Eh? Today the board is writing much better. Okay, by the prayer of somebody, I don't know. Constitution 587. First, let us give a hearing to 587. If you don't understand any word, others should ask me. 587, Constitution.
To protect more faithfully the vocation and identity of each institute, the fundamental code or constitutions of the institute are to contain, in addition to those elements, in addition to those elements which are to be preserved in accordance with Canon Law 578.
Okay, now I comment on that. The first part says the primary purpose of the Constitution is to protect the charism. What is Canon 578 speaks about charism or patrimony. We said another word is 578 speaks about patrimony. To protect the charism only Constitution. If Constitution is not there, charism may not be protected. So it explains it elaborately. Identity of the vocation and mission. To protect the identity of the vocation and mission. That's why you should know your Constitution. Presently I am revising or helping revising. Yesterday also some matters came. Our Sacred Heart brothers. Another revision is going on. We divided into many groups. Last week on the 7th of September, I had to preach in Pondicherry 2 days. So they wanted to come here. Then when I said I am going to Pondicherry, preaching is only in the evening. All the Sacred Heart brothers representatives, they all said we are coming to Pondicherry because you are going there. From 9 to 5 o'clock you animate us on the revision. Then you go for your preaching. They said all of them came to Pondicherry, some 20 of them, to have the discussion of the revision of the Constitution. Now they have sent me the drafts. Brothers of the Sacred Heart of Jesus, Palayan Kotai, they are generate, they want to have another revision. We are working at it also. The Constitution primary purpose is protect the vocation and identity. Identity of vocation and the mission. Protect the charism. So what must it contain? It must contain about the charism first. As you know, each congregation begins with the vocation, then prayer life, spirituality, apostolate, governance, administration of temporal goods, separation from the congregation. Like that, various parts are there. These must be contained in the constitutions. Formation of the members, these must be. Okay, read that. Again, second paragraph. Once again, we read and listen. Listen the first paragraph once again. Another sister. You sir, can read. Yeah, okay.
To protect more faithfully the vocation and identity of each institute.
Vocation and identity of each congregation. Canon law uses the word institute. So each congregation is.
The fundamental code or constitution of the institute are to contain, in addition to those elements which are to be preserved in accordance with the Canon Law 578.
First thing is Canon Law 578 speaks of charism. That must be contained. Then what are the other things?
Basic norms about the governance of.
First point is governance of the institute. Yes.
The discipline of the members.
What are the laws to be observed by the members? Then
The admission and formation of the members.
Admission and the formation of the members.
And the proper object of their sacred bonds.
The sacred bonds are the 3 vows. What do you mean by the vows and how do they live in the congregation? So this is what the content of the constitution. What is the content of the constitution? Okay, second paragraph.
This code is approved by the competent ecclesiastical authority.
Who is the competent ecclesiastical authority? I already told you. Constitution is approved by policy for whom? Pontifical rights. Dyson right who approves? So don't say bishop. Bishop. Bishop means retired bishop, auxiliary bishop, excommunicated bishop. All that no. That's why I say diocesan bishop. Yes. Okay.
And can be changed only with the consent of the same.
Yeah, can be changed only with the consent of the same authority. Can be changed, constitution. Okay. Then next paragraph.
In the constitutions, the spiritual and juridical elements are to be aptly harmonized.
They must be aptly harmonized. It must not be simply homily, spiritual reading. It must also contain laws. Aptly harmonized. It must be spiritual, it must be juridical. It must be spiritual and it must be juridical. Both. Yes.
Norms, however, are not to be multiplied without necessity.
Don't write one whole thesis. 1,000 pages, nobody will read. Already few pages, many have not read properly. Many have not read properly. Or read and were sleeping, forgotten it. Forgotten it. Now only they are confirming it. So norms must not be multiplied without necessity. There are norms nobody follows. Better remove those norms. Remove those norms. Okay, then next one.
Other norms which are established by the competent authority of the institute are to be properly collected in other codes.
Yes, other norms. This is second book. Statutes, directory, guidelines. These are other norms. Other norms. Yes.
But these can be conveniently reviewed and adapted according to the needs of time and place.
And these can be changed anytime. Fundamental norms, if you change, you need the approval of the policy. Directory, if you change, no problem. You can change. But the directory should not go against the constitution. Should not go against the constitution. Suppose constitution says you must be 10 years in profession to become a superior. Directory cannot say 5 years in profession because there is direct conflict between them. Directory only explains the constitutions and applies it to the particular situations, particular problems. So this is 587 speaks about importance of constitution. Now I am taking a course to the fathers about second and third year MCL fathers. 3 years they have to do masters in canon law. We have about 30 of them. It is drafting particular legislation. The title of the course is drafting particular legislation. 30 hours. 30 hours only on that. I am teaching them. Okay, father, you write the qualification of to be eligible for the superior, office of superior. The following things are needed. Then the father will write. The father will say, she must be 35 years of age. One qualification. I said, first qualification given in the court. Put that first, father. She must be a perpetually professed member of the congregation. Then only you come to the second. Second, other things are left to the particular law, constitution. Then second line, he will write, the father will write, she must be 35 years of age. Then I will ask that father, she must be 35, 36, she is 37, she should not be appointed superior. Then only he will blame. So he will write, she must have completed at least 35 years of age. Now there is no doubt or confusion. Okay. Then the next one, he will write, she should be professed at least 10 years. She should be, father, do you mean perpetually professed or temporary professed? I will ask him. No, Father, first profession only. But I will tell him, okay, still you are not wrong. Where the lawgiver has not distinguished, we should not distinguish. She should be professed, means it refers to only first profession. Go ahead. Go ahead, like that. Okay, then that's all, Father. Any other qualification? Then you say some human qualities. She should be skilled in leadership qualities. A woman of faith must lead an exemplary life. Father, if we write all that, there is no superior one in the congregation. There is no superior only in the congregation. But still, let us say, in the land of the blind, one-eyed person is king. That is somebody better let them appoint. In the land of the blind, one-eyed person, put like this one. That's all, Father. Then, Father, can she be superior when she is 80, Father? 90, Father? I will ask. Then he will say, yes, Father, it is also good to restrict the upper age limit. So, please put, she should not have completed 70 years of age at the moment of appointment as superior. Write it clearly. This is how I am training them to write particular law. Exact words, accurately. They may be very good in English, but doesn't know to write. Sometimes what you read, what do you mean by this? After consulting or consent. Everything, what are the things to be? So this is how to write. Then write the parish council statutes, particular law for the parish council. Another father will write. Here, then and there, all will be there, all will be sitting. Then they will say, what is the qualification to be a member of the parish council? So first they must be Catholics. Then I will ask the question, can members of another parish in another state be parish council member? Okay, they must live in the territory of the parish to be a parish council member. See, then another question, then he will not live like that. I will ask a question, can the altar boy be parish council member? Then they should have completed at least 21 years of age. 21 years of age. So there is a Catholic in the parish having 2 or 3 wives. Can he be member? No. They must be practicing Catholics known for their good morals. So then only they put everything. Otherwise you leave it open. Where does the law say that I should not be member? He will say. He will say. This is one course, one of the courses, drafting of particular legislation. Particular legislation. They all will become great canonists later on. Even Bombay Auxiliary Bishop is my student, always acknowledges me. Father Raipa only taught me all this. He will say, Bishop Dominic Savio Fernandez. At least 5 or 6 of my students are bishops in different dioceses. They are very grateful. I happen to be the secretary of the CCBA for canon law also. Besides being the president of Canon Law Society of India, all over the India we have about nearly 300 and odd canonists members in our society. We have October 3rd week meeting in Goa, 1 week meeting. So as CCBA secretary, then they told me when we have CCBA meeting, no, they said all the secretaries are all small fellows, no. They all should go to welcome the bishops to the airport, they said. When I went, some of my students were there. I asked to give the bag. They did not give only. Why did you come? They are scolding me. We would have come there. We would have come to see you, St. Peter's Seminary. The bishop did not give only. Did not give that bag only. The respect of the students for their professors is always there, even if they are bishops. Why I went to that? They all learned formulating the particular laws. Formulating the particular laws. So that's important. That's why I am asking these questions and trying to find fault with your norms, if there is any norm. The other day one sister brought me just 1 month old new book. I went through the opened it, sister, what is it? One big congregation, which is a CTC.